I mean, we'd met fucking Becky Hill. We'd met Peter Crouch. We'd met fucking, you know what I mean?
Peter Crouch doing
Peter Crouch was just there with Abby Clancy off his chops, lad. It was a belt, lad. We were all there, just having a proper sesh with them, lad. It was sick, you know. Lad, I had a proper heart-to-heart with him about when he missed that penalty.
From one of the sponsors. Produce the sponsor, Dad.
Bobby, you joking? It's not a sponsor, it's Patreon.
It does.
Oh, hello, viewers of YouTube. Sorry about Bobby over there. He simply can't contain his jokes.
I'm such a joker.
No, Bobby, what? Patreon.com/what's happening pod.
Nice.
It's £4 a month, and my friend Gary over here, he's going to tell you what you get.
£4 a month, right? You know we get for £4 a month. You get to see us and our beautiful faces early, right? Early access, Tuesday, you get it, £4 a month. You also get Patreon exclusives, right? We do about 2 episodes a month. You get that included in the price, £4 a month. I was going to say free of charge, but it's not free, it's £4 a month. Head over to patreon.com/what's happening?
Yeah! See you over there. Hello, welcome back. Episode 115 of the What's Happening podcast. If you're wondering, something's a bit different today.
The lights broke.
The lights broke in the sun.
And Danny's a lesbian with his hair.
Sure,
We're in.
I wasn't going to use that word, like, but yeah.
I thought it looked alright. We're joined by Joe Maddox in the studio this week. Big Joey Maddox. Finally coming down. How are we doing, Joe?
I'm very good, Dan. It's nice to be on the podcast,
Good
lads.
to have you. It's been a long
We've known
time.
each other a few
It
years.
has been a
haven't
long
we?
time
We've
coming,
always
like-
spoke about coming on. Just yes.
Ghosts us all the time, and then says, yeah, I'll come on, and then doesn't come on and that. And then, like, we had him booked in, and he was like, sorry, lad, got priority, he's got to fucking do practice, you know what I mean? I was like,
I was
why,
playing the
lad,
O2 the day
How did
after.
that go? What was that
It was a
like?
good gig, lad, you know, to be honest. It was boss. Like, you know, like, it was just a nice little gig. Like,
Yeah.
Liverpool gigs are always dead nervous for me, but...
Why?
You know what, lads? Because I'm playing against people I know, playing against as if it's a footy match.
Yeah. Little 2-footer on the front
I
row,
know,
what?
lad, you know, that's how we all treat it, like as if it's it is a sport, lad, when you're going on tour, when you're doing music and that,
Yeah.
and when you got to keep yourself fit and that for it.
You consider yourself an athlete?
You have to, yeah, especially as
Prime athlete
it
as
is
well.
an athlete,
Yeah,
it is an
well,
athletic job, especially, you know, and to keep it up with it as well, but yeah, like you see all the people who like...
What's he laughing at, man?
Just stoned, you know.
Yeah.
Cut
Me
off
and
it.
me bird went to see it 2 years ago. He was supporting the K's up in Manchester.
Yeah, in the Albert Hall.
Yeah.
That was a
And
part of
but
that.
my bird was like 8.5 months pregnant, right?
Fucking
So she was like, I'm not standing. I was like, yes, Sam, we'll go upstairs.
Yeah, it was nice up there.
So we went
though.
up to the upstairs bit. And then, like, there was this, I was going to say this African steward, didn't have to mention that he was African, but he was anyway. He was dead nice, right? And he just, like, kept
Glad he
clocking.
clarified.
He kept clocking me bird, and I was like, is he, like, fucking staring at me bird because he wants the fucking soda, like, you know what I mean? And he was just like, you want to come to VIP? And I was like, fucking yeah, lad. Like, you best get a footy up your top every time we're going to gig, you know? And we sat in the little VIP bit and all that, it was sick, you know?
Did we talk to you?
No, like me. Lad,
Did
on sit
they?
outside as well.
Did you
On the
actually?
way out, I was like, you right, Joe? And you were like, lad.
Fuck off.
Ah, yeah, no, well,
Probably going out for me, post-gig medication.
to bring it back down.
To be fair, no, as I said, I only seen you on the way out and you're on the blower, so didn't
Was
even
on the
bother you.
blower.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
you were on
if
the phone.
don't interrupt him then. He was
I
on the
didn't.
And you know what?
I didn't.
My lady friend came to that gig.
Is that what it was?
That's why.
So
yeah.
when we were on the way in, she probably
was
seen
watching me
you.
in the crowd and she was looking for me.
Well,
Yeah.
on the way in, we seen you were at a boozer like 3 doors down outside. Didn't bother you, obviously, we were in a fucking conversation.
Oh,
and all
lads,
that.
you always should though, you know.
No,
like,
I know
and
that,
people
but-
watching this as well, always, if you're onto us, come and bother us, because we're all skint and we're just like you. Yeah. And music makes no dough these days, people.
it?
Yeah, you can tell people that you've done things that like make you look like a millionaire, lads, and you've got nothing to show for it. And it's not like you get given it and you're all blower at the time or nothing like that. You just...
You're just not there to earn.
Yeah, like when we went play with Liam Gallagher at the Royal Albert Hall, not like that weren't a boss opportunity and we're not so grateful to do it, and like we were like going, oh please, sir,
Yeah.
don't want to mean, but
Yeah.
still,
How you done?
you didn't get fucking paid for it.
Couldn't
lads.
say
Don't-
that.
nah, we
Couldn't
got,
say
like,
that, 'cause he had his dick
got,
on
like,
the
I don't know, I think like it's something like 400, 500 quid or something in the fee or something like
In the
that, and
grand
that just
scheme
pays
of
for the
it,
van and
yeah.
stuff like that.
It's
Like,
the
lads,
fact
I'm not
of
saying-
playing at the
it's not
Royal
just the
Albert
fact that
Hall,
you're playing
though,
at the Royal Albert Hall, I'm not complaining. But at the same
You do
time...
that for nothing if the opportunity
Yeah,
come
obviously
up.
I do that, lads. I pay to do that. Do you know what I mean?
500 quid's a bonus if you're doing the Royal Albert Hall.
You get to go to Mallorca, don't they, lads? Like, I go there, do you know what I mean?
It is mad though,
And that's
because
why it's an expensive hobby
it is. Well, that's the thing. I
that
didn't
loads
realise.
of people appreciate.
when we
And I'm
had-
grateful for it. Do you know what I mean? And
Yeah,
like,
no, I get that, but still, you've still got to fucking make ends meet, haven't you?
Yeah, but we get to do that through like the opportunities that we get from being in the band. Do you know what I mean?
How
Like,
long has the band been together now?
Probably about since 2000. There's a bit of graffiti by the Dock Road where we done our first video in 2K17.
The Banksy rap was about you, yeah.
The lightning bolt. There was like a video we done on Facebook, lad. That's how long it was ago on lightning bolt, and that was in 2017, 2K17. It got released on the first day of 2018.
Shit.
That's when we started the Facebook page and the Instagram page, the first day of 2018.
So would that have been when, because we were in college together, would that have been down the same
That was
time?
just as I was leaving college. I was just leaving uni at the time.
Because you were
It's been that
the
long
year
ago.
above me,
I was
because you
the
went
year
to
above.
uni.
I was just leaving
yeah.
the uni. And like we moved down to Ipswich, lad. It was a mad one. The band we moved to, there's some corkers that I've never really told like about that. So we
What was the
moved,
accommodation?
so it was like,
What was the accommodation?
lads, it was crazy, you know, yeah. So we lived in must have been about 15 to 20 different gaffs
How long were you there
over
for?
about
that?
6 to 8 months.
I'm just slightly zooming out of this camera because Jack's like
Go
fucking
on.
zoomed right.
That
Well,
was
we'll
me,
start
I
again on
apologise,
Ipswich,
I
don't worry.
apologise.
Sorry for blaming you, Jack. It's fucking Danny. Carry on.
So go on, the accommodation
So
in
yeah,
Ipswich.
Ipswich
Many
was a mad.
accommodations.
So the band was started. This is something that, like, you know, we talk about loads of things that we can't. This is something that I haven't spoken about that I can. So the first
But you can.
that I really can't speak about.
Okay,
yeah.
go
So there was a fella who started this band. I weren't looking on doing music. I've spoke about him in the 10 Pint podcast. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that
Oh,
was like
shit, I
sort
like
of
that
when he
podcast.
was at. I think at that time, I think he was still our manager then. So I was sort of like, I didn't really know what he was up to.
Yeah.
Do you get me? And he robbed us of fucking grands, lads.
How
Like,
did he manage that though?
So we were getting, so like for instance, we were doing photo shoots for Scott's menswear, for like Armani and all like these EA7 trackies. Not something I particularly wear, by the way, but
yeah,
like
to the Blackpool.
I got a couple of free pairs of Black Mountains out of it, and I was happy. You know what I mean? But like something like that, yeah. And we were wearing like a little like nice jump sets, they like and shit like this, and we were doing this little photo shoot. And we were all happy getting a bit of free clobhead and all this. Not knowing we were getting paid grands for the photo shoot.
Ah.
And he's just pocketing that.
He's
like,
taking all the
you know, and
sailing
this
years
is
got a few
years into the band,
trackies.
yeah, so there's things that, yeah, we're just happy with all the fucking clobber and that, lad, know what I mean?
Made up with a jacket. Some
Mate,
fellas just went on holiday on his
I'm
coin.
sat there with a fucking EA7 jumper on like that. Like,
And he's in the Maldives,
I know,
lad.
yeah.
That's heavy, that though.
and so there was all other instances, lad, that just all started making sense, but it was because he started the band. Like, I weren't planning on being in a band, lads. I was done with all of that stuff.
Yeah.
By the end of college, I was just looking at, like, don't know whether many people who watch this podcast, they were Scousers, they'll know you bounce through town. There's about 100 different pubs, yeah, that you'll see, and there's plenty of people who make a nice, comfy living.
Yeah.
Yeah, doing that. Do you know what I mean? And I was just planning on doing that and, like, you know, going out to Spain, doing stuff like this, and just, like, you can be a proper working musician. I weren't being asked about being famous.
Yeah.
It's never been me.
Yeah.
But
Goal.
then there's also been the thing of, like, never turn down an opportunity that's good.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah,
it's like
of
it's that attitude as well. I want good opportunities, but it's not about being like fucking being the Don Juan or nothing like that. Do you know what I mean? So like I never was into that. And then basically this manager, to cut a long story short, there was a lad called Mason Owens
Yeah,
in
he
our
was in our
college,
yeah.
and there's a lad called Paul Crilly, and he's in a band now called the Mysteries. They're smashing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're doing well better than us. They're playing on tour with the Arctic Monkeys and shit like that. You know what I mean? The proper cane in it. And yeah, so I was in a band at the studio. That band split up, and then met Paul and Mason. It wasn't anything serious, and we just had like a little jam, lads. And then he said, "Do you want to?" I put like, it's weird to say talk about it, and but like so. I had a job in China that I was meant to go and do, and all sounds crazy.
What
So
you- what
I
you
was
mean,
looking
yeah?
on moving to China for about 6 months to go travelling.
Yeah.
Just to like, I was going to work for 3 months and then travel for 3 months.
Yeah.
I was getting into my yoga and all stuff like
What
that.
was the job?
That's why I shaved my head, know what I mean?
Yeah, you got
every
monk
day.
life.
You know what I'm saying?
You
I
had
got monk
long
life,
hair
yeah.
in college as well. You had
Yeah,
proper long
I'm
hair.
saying,
Stop
yeah.
it. Have you got any photos?
Oh yeah, we'll get them up in a
Oh
bit, lads.
my
I
God.
invented the Ketwig lads, swear.
You look so different when you
I
say
had
you
a
come
look
up.
at Ketwigs in 2010, mate.
So you can't
Take
have
it
a
away.
a different man.
It's a different one. Took out in
I
it.
feel like half the
I
top
keep
of your
saying I
head
want to go
goes.
to Turkey with my girlfriend, won't let me, lad. She says she likes me like this, so as long as my girl likes it like that, then I couldn't give a fuck what anyone else says, know what I mean? So,
No, I don't like it then.
Oh, my girl likes it, then I don't care.
That's fair enough. Like.
But yeah, lad, I like it freshly shaved every day. And that was an Ipswich thing, that.
Every day.
every day, yeah.
You know what?
If I'm going out and doing something,
watching
lad,
people pick their as a talent, you know, it's mad.
and I'm looking at fresh today.
Do you never slip and like...
Nah. No, and when I started, yeah, I used to go to the Turks and I used to watch how they done, watch the masters at work and then...
Watch the masters at work.
Some fellas making kebabs.
And just cutting hair at the same time. It's the same sort of motion when you think of that, lad.
Like,
Never thought of that kebabs and cutting hair.
It's how they bridge the gap. I remember getting my hair cut one day and then that same night I was out like fucking bevying and got a kebab and the same fella made the kebab.
L5 barbers as well.
No, obviously,
He
no.
cut me, used to cut me hair.
I was then excited that he said
No.
when he got his hair cut, he went out that night in the kebab shop, the same fella, I was made up then.
Let me just shout out my Akho Kareem in L5 barbers there. Nice one, son.
Is he still there? Is he still there?
I know,
Still on the
yeah.
chairs?
It's like, I
He's a
don't
good
think he
friend
watches
from
it, but yeah.
He's one of the boys from Kurdistan, Splash.
Shout out to all the Kurdistanians out there. Good to have you on
Lads, I
board.
love all the kids in town. I live in town, so I see all of you see how multicultural it is. And when you walk through town, people see it every day. All the fellas working in the kebab shops. I skip the queue in every kebab shop in town, me. I just walk in and go, Mahaba! Mahaba, the boys, what's going on? I mean,
It sounded so Irish then,
it sounds like people think it's racist or whatever. Like,
No,
when you appreciate
but
their
they
culture, you go
culture
in, you, all my Arab mates and people like that, people I know that culture, I'll say Mahaba or what is, and like that, what's happening.
But that's
It's
the
like,
thing, right? It's white people who go, well, that's fucking racist. But anyone, if you try and speak any of their language, they fucking, it's so much respect, lad. They love it.
One thing I don't agree with.
Other language, so I went to a private school, I was really good at Spanish and French. Yeah, so I can speak fluent Spanish. No joke, know what I mean?
Right then.
No tengo divertido con usted, mi amigo. I'm not having fun with you, know what I mean? Yeah, I can speak Spanish. Yeah. Not like perfect, I speak it a little bit like probably Borat speaks English, but I can speak English. But he still speaks English, know what I mean?
Okay.
Do you get me? Like I can speak.
So you can have a conversation.
I can have a conversation about anything in Spanish.
Yeah, we're there then. Let me get me fucking translate that.
Put this down,
You done this to me the other week because I can speak a tiniest bit of German.
You're opting for Spanish, yeah.
Yeah, what do you want me to? You're gonna like ask me what something means, or you're gonna say what something say? Like what you want me to say something?
Okay, you just say something and then we'll into the translator and then we'll see what it comes back with.
Okay.
We'll
And then
leave
you
this.
tell me what you've said before I tell you what it says.
Okay, alright, let me just think of something that I'm gonna say, alright.
Okay.
Sing a verse from your song in Spanish.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Or just like,
No, just say
Yeah.
Tell me when you're ready.
Gustamos. I'll just say gustamos.
that was English.
Then not gustamos.
It's still trying to record.
Like, we like to.
Okay.
Go.
Gustamos jugar, sabe?
Okay, now we've now... What's his name?
Just said Thomas and went off.
They just said Thomas got off.
But your first bit you said, when, who is the head to hire?
Nah.
That's because you started speaking in
So
Spanish.
gustamos, yeah, is we like to, yeah. So I'm saying, and the lyrics that we like to, yeah. So like gustamos jugar. So if any Spanish listeners, then they'll know.
Do you know what, to be fair, whenever
Like
we
it's
check...
jugar football.
Whenever we check on the Spotify thing, we've got listeners in Europe and that, so they could actually... If there's anybody who can speak
Puedo
Spanish...
hablar un poquito español. Puedo tener una conversación con usted. Si
Now, if there's anybody watching who can speak
If there's
Spanish...
anyone in Spanish,
I'm not even saying I
I
I'm not even saying I don't believe you, but I can't speak Spanish, so I have absolutely no
can't
creative
get full
efforts.
by drugs in a load of languages. I promise you that.
You get along fine anywhere
And
in the
that's been a
world.
tried and tested formula. Yeah, me and my mates were in Morocco, and we only spoke, no one spoke anything but French, and I spoke a little bit of French, and then mixed in with a bit of Arabic, and we were boxed off, I believe.
Something I want to ask you about, because you've told me this story before. Now, I forget where you said you was, but did you say you were in Africa somewhere and a tribal leader offered you his granddaughter?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
When I was 17, I went to Kenya with Nogsy Youth Centre, the only youth centre in England.
Why
Would
does
probably
Nogsy
take the
Youth
kids
Centre
on a
take
recce
people
to
to
Kenya.
Yeah.
It was a
Or
proper
the kids get to
dangerous
safari
zone, yeah.
park and that, you know what I mean?
On a Friday, it's a double roundabout on a Saturday, Kenya.
I seen one of the kids who went with him in Coolies the other day. I can't remember his name, lads. I went to, he'll hate me for that as well. I haven't seen him for like 10 years, know what I mean? I only met them when I was there. But yeah, they were all fucking, it was funny little time. So we went there, and I wrote this. I was like being a music teacher.
Yeah.
So I was only 17. I went to this school in this tribal village in Magadi, Kenya, in the Rift Valley, the Masai Mara tribe.
Yeah.
They say Hakuna Matata as part of their everyday
Stop it.
vocabulary.
Yeah.
So
Little
it's like-
Timon and Pumbaa one.
So it's like Jambo's thank you, and they go, Kuna Matata.
Do you have to sing it to them though? Is that how they do it?
Lad, I swear to God.
Lad, imagine a load of
Because the
Kenyan
Lion
kids.
King is in Swahili, all of them things, all of them meanings are
didn't know
actual
that.
Swahili
I didn't know
things,
that,
and
to be
that's the
fair.
language they speak there.
Isn't it mad, lad? Loads of kids from Noggy went to Kenya. Imagine loads of Kenyan
I'm
kids
not
on the
from
Brody.
Noggy as well.
Imagine loads of Kenyan kids on the Brody fish bar.
Most of the kids were from like Noggy who went, but I went to another youth centre in Fazak. I'm from like by 80 ways.
Okay.
And like I went to a youth centre on Long Wall Lane called the 506 in Fazak, and it was like a bit of a music youth centre.
Okay.
And they were connected to the Noggy Youth Centre, and that's how I went
Little Kenyan trip on
on
the
that little
cards.
Kenya recce.
How did you wind up?
Let's go to Kenya, boys. Let's go to Africa.
How did you wind up getting the granddaughter offered?
So yeah, what happened was, so there was a woman who we met called Simatoy.
Yeah.
Yeah, who was basically, she was like quite a famous singer from Kenya. She's dead now, rest in peace. Yeah, she died of like a brain hemorrhage. Bit of a deep story, this, to be fair. And she, yeah, it's a proper deep one, lad. Yeah.
Smile.
But yeah, I'm just, you know, I'm just
Just a
remembering.
happy guy.
I'm just happy in her memory. Do you know what I mean?
Good lad.
Yeah. But anyway, so she's like, she's shoulders around Kenya. Well, not round Kenya, basically just round her village. Do you know what I mean? It's
I
a
love
fucking
this,
massive
lad.
country, innit? She shoulders around her little village.
It's just tiny.
Average lad, she literally grew up in a hut made out of cow shit. So I
Wow.
was in it. Yeah, I didn't live in it. I had like a
Is that
sandy
like
house.
John Lennon's house to them over there? Do you get people on buses coming past and they all
Nah,
look
she's not like that
strawberry
famous.
fields?
So when the village, when she comes in a little Suzuki Alto, yeah, all of the village comes out because she'll like honk the horn.
Yeah,
And all of the village comes out. Oh, where's Timmy in the car? No one else has got a fucking car. No
Little
one's ever had a
magical
car.
mystery safari
Like,
there.
she's driving through the desert in this little Suzuki.
That's
I went
so
for a driving
sick.
with her once, yeah. But she wasn't the woman who offered me. It was her daughter, basically, yeah. So it was her daughter, but she
was
said
cool with it?
She said it in passing, lad, like sort of. I had a girlfriend at the time, won't name her, but I wanted to get her a bracelet, yeah, with a name on. Yeah. And I asked for a bracelet with a name on. And then they said, when you meet my daughter, you'll forget all about your girlfriends in England and you'll want to stay in Kenya with us.
Okay.
And then the fella who was the youth worker was like standing there behind us going, no. And we were obviously, so it was never like going to entertain her.
Why was the fella from the youth centre Pingu's our fella?
I'm just too animated me sometimes, you know what, like
He's out of his comfort zone in Kenya, isn't he? He's in like the opposite biome to where
he
he
shit
should be.
himself, he was like that.
That is scary because if you
Lad, there was
accept that,
when we
mate.
go to the village to get shopping and that, lad, there was women trying to throw the babies in the van and that. Do you get me? Like, yeah, lads,
Why?
like, that's because then that baby might get brought back to the UK, might it?
That's mad.
Is the culture completely different?
No.
Yes and no, they love Jesus though, out there. Oh my
they?
God, they love Jesus.
Really? Yeah.
Jesus is, like, lads, it really changed me as well, made me think a little bit about religion and that as well when I was there. It's like, it's boss the
I
way
have
that they
been
are.
recently, I've said
It's
this to you a
boss.
few times, haven't I? I've been like, not like, I'm not saying I'm turning Catholic, but I was always like an atheist now. I was like, no, listen, we were just born, then you die. Meh.
Yeah.
But like now, like I don't know what it is recently, but like I believe that there's people in like I sort of got myself on a bit of a catch-22. So like because I believe that there's people in like the music industry, like I don't know, politics, who are Satanists. I believe in
definitely.
so it's
Definitely,
like, so
lads.
by proxy, if I believe people do that,
There's got to be a flip side.
then there's got to be. It's yin and yang, innit?
Yin and yang,
Like,
yeah.
so.
But just to clarify, yeah, I didn't just go to Kenya and get offered someone's daughter.
Oh yeah, why? What was the reason?
The main reason was because basically, so I was the music teacher, yeah. Well, I've never been a music teacher at that point.
Yeah.
I've been since then. But like, I basically went into this classroom with about 20 Kenyan kids and I was like, right, I've got to give them a music lesson. What am I going to do? Thought, well, I best just write a song with them about where they come from.
Boss.
And just like, that was just the idea that I had.
Boss.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if you go on YouTube, you type in Rise and Shine, for your light has come, an autumn mouthful, Joseph Maddock's Rift Valley, Kenya. It comes
Right,
up.
I'm not going to play it now, but
And there's a video of
So
me.
say that again, what do we
There's a
type in?
Just type in Rise and Shine, Joe Maddock's Kenya, it might come up.
That's sick.
Yeah.
How
and
long
I
was
see
you
it-
there for?
I was there for about 10 days, something like that.
Shit, oh, I thought it would have been like a little weekend.
No,
or
it was
so
like
you can't
10
go for a
days, lad.
weekend
We
in
were
Kenya,
shitting
can
in
you?
holes in the ground, lads.
Proper feral
it
few
was
days.
boss, lad. You know what? I come back looking
That
the
one?
healthiest. Yeah, that's me there. Yeah, you see me with a Ketwick
Which
there
one?
as well. So this tune, when you go around the school, talk about like the Bible and that as well. That's just wrote all the way around the school, rise and shine, feel like just come, it's graffiti,
sick.
it's graffitis everywhere.
That's sick.
Do you know what I mean? Not because of that song, it just was.
Yeah.
And I thought, if they start learning how to sing that, and then they know what it looks like written on a wall, that's teaching them how to speak English.
That's quite
through
clever, you
song.
know.
Do you know what I mean?
And do you know
Quite a
what,
lot,
it is powerful
you know what I mean?
how, like, when you watch, like, Eurovision and all that, there'll be contestants who can't speak a word of English, but for 3.5 minutes,
fucking
will
sing.
sing a
What
full
was
song
the
in
most
English.
mind-boggling thing about Kenya? Yeah, is that you just started saying to the kids and you start going, when I find myself in times of trouble, they all straight know it. They've never heard it.
Wow.
That's nuts. Time for another word from one of our lovely sponsors. Bobby, who's the sponsor?
Well, I'll tell you. The sponsor is Grid, and that's 2 eyes in the Grid. The lads over at Grid, the lads over from Ireland, sent us over a big care package full of goodies, tracksuits, t-shirts, caps, you name it.
Look how smart you are.
Very smart. They are based over in Ireland, but don't you worry because they ship all over the world.
The whale.
If you're quick enough, they're about to drop the summer release. Some nice trackies, some nice shorts, very contemporary, very lightweight. I'm fat, I look good. And 1st of June, they're dropping in Foot Asylum, Liverpool.
But, Gary, if I may,
You may.
you will not get 20% off in Foot Asylum, but I'll tell you where you can. Head over to gridofficial.com, and then when you get to checkout, put in the code Happenin20 at checkout. I'll repeat that for you, Bob. It's Happenin20 at checkout, and that'll get you 20% off all of your orders, courtesy of us, because we really are men of the people. That's gridofficial.com. Their Instagram is grid_, that'll be on the screen. Check them out, links in the description. Bang!
Do you know what is mad though about, like, people in different countries and all that? Bit of a
They just
segue.
heard it in like passion.
Bit of a segue, but I seen a tweet the other day. Some lad from Liverpool is an English teacher out in China, and part of his job in China is to give the Chinese kids English names, and he loves comedy. He said there was about 89 Tony Carrolls walking around the school now, 2 fucking Louis C.K.'s, a couple of other ones. He's just been given comedic names for all these Chinese kids.
So
Lad, how funny is that,
lad.
lad?
That's so funny.
Seen that Korean Billy?
Oh, lad, he's so
He's
funny.
boss. There's someone like him who goes to my gym, who's called Yori, and he's a Japanese fella. He's like in his 40s, and he's just moved to Liverpool.
Yeah.
And he's, lad, he's boss, you know. He's boss because he's
Can he
just...
speak English?
No, he speaks Scouse. But he's from Japan. He's never been anywhere else in the UK. And, and he loves everything.
That's mad. That's mad.
He's boss,
I
lad.
find it mad when...
If anyone goes to
like-
Radisson Gym in Liverpool, they'll know exactly who I'm talking about. Yori, big up Yori. He's a
Pick up
proper
your...
Scouser.
I do
love
find
him.
it mad the way, like
Like people come
foreign-
in and
foreign
they learn
people
the Scouse
end
accent.
up-
They don't learn English, they learn Scouse.
Yeah,
That's what I love
yeah.
about Liverpool is that we're the most... I know, like, I'm not saying that there's no racism in the city, because there fucking is, lads, you know what I mean? There's some fucking cunts out there. But there is cunts everywhere.
Yeah.
But I don't think that you've got somewhere that also where it's like so socially thing to welcome immigrants and to welcome them into our culture.
Yeah.
Like Scousers, like you go to different places, it's a lot more segregated than Liverpool. I know that from touring, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Liverpool's a lot more together, I think.
Yeah,
Like, I'm not saying it doesn't have its problems, especially where I'm from in the north end of Liverpool. It's got its problems, but you've got pockets of Liverpool, like, you know, in the south ends and West Derby and stuff like that, where it's lovely and people don't like that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
There's pattern
it
like
is,
that.
I know.
Them type places don't really exist else.
You get it all over the city though, don't you? Like, it doesn't matter fucking what the postcode and how expensive the houses are. You still got shit everywhere, haven't you?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But I was saying then, isn't it, I find it mad the way, like, foreign people end up liking Everton. Like, because...
Loads
Yeah.
of Nigerians too.
Yeah.
Because of
Yeah.
Joseph Yobo
Yeah.
and Victor Anichebe.
But
We've
like,
had all of
Yakubu,
Liverpool never had
wasn't
many Nigerian players, lads.
There's a lad like
That's why they all come
There's
to
a lad-
support the players.
this is a little
I spoke to a
difference.
taxi driver about that once, and he said, the reason
That's the
there,
reason
he
why.
said, I don't Nigerian accent.
Yeah.
He said, the reason all of the Nigerian, I love talking accents, talk Irish accents, American accents.
gonna go-
Well, if you're going to do it,
When
we'll
we
stick
do
to
a
white
pranky
accents.
later, I'll talk.
Do you want to do a Frank Corner a bit?
Oh,
Should we do
what a
one?
defo. I've seen that the other day. I defo want to do a pranky.
We'll
with you, lads, yeah, it'd be
But that's the thing
Yeah.
we're going to ring.
Little bit different, like, but there's a lad I grew up with, Mark, and he's an Evertonian, die-hard Evertonian, but his dad and his 3 brothers were all Reds, like fucking hardcore Reds, and he'd been an Evertonian since he was a kid, and when we were about 14, I said to his ma, how did he become an Evertonian when his family are all fucking die-hard Reds? And she went, one day, he just come home from school with a picture of Daniel Amakachi and went, I want a blue kit and a black face like him. And she was like, I can give you the blue kit, lad. I can't give you the black face. And he was like, Sam, and he was an Evertonian ever since.
Better than
You
the
know
kids.
what, lads, it's relevant, this story as well, yeah. So the other day, it was devout Kevin Campbell when he died, yeah. And
Rest in pieces.
I was lucky enough to get invited to sit in the box last game of the season by Stake and Everton last year, yeah.
Shit.
Went to match with the band called the DMAs. There's the
Okay,
singer from
yeah,
there,
yeah.
the singer, we played loads of gigs with them, and the singers are blue. We got the same manager, so we went to the match
Yeah.
together. I was lucky enough to get invited by them and the club, you know what I mean? And got to meet Super Kev, and I spoke to him because there's a story, and it's a hilarious story. I swear, in like Christmas, we lived in Anfield. It was like 2002, 2003, something like that. And I had this Kevin Campbell mask. Yeah. A mask that was Kevin Campbell's face. Yeah, because I loved Kevin Campbell
wear
as
that
a
in
kid.
public, no,
As
yeah,
kids,
yeah.
you don't see colour. You know what I mean?
No, yeah.
I loved Kevin Campbell. Yeah, I had this Kevin Campbell mask. Yeah, I had Kevin Campbell fucking on the back of my kit and my first Everton kit. Loved Kevin because my dad was called Kev as well. And he was called Super Kev. Do you know what I mean? And he was bald. My dad was bald. You know what I
play
mean?
footy
He had
with the
more in
mask
common with Kevin Campbell than he didn't. You know what I mean?
With the mask on.
You know what I mean? No, lads. So I built a snowman.
Imagine him back, he comes out hard with a
listen.
Kevin Campbell
I built
Halfway
a
heads and V's, because your mask gets smashed.
listen, no, wait, no.
No,
If it-
man, the
no,
Euros,
no,
Mbappe,
I built,
Britain,
listen, this
Roman,
isn't a
comes out
mask,
with a
lad.
Kevin
I
Campbell
built a
mask.
snowman. Yeah, because it was snowing in Crimbo. I built this big, massive, fuck-off snowman.
Joe Frozen.
And I just stuck Kevin Campbell's face on it.
That's so
At
funny,
the old
lad.
street. Yeah.
That's so funny, lad.
As if you blackface the
Lad,
snowman.
the old street. I could get cancelled for that. Like, but I told
We're
Kevin...
going black ice.
I told Kevin Campbell he was in
That's
fucking...
cool,
He
that,
was
you know.
in hysterics.
And what,
lad.
you told him?
Yeah, I told him the story. He loved it, lads. He was in hysterics,
That's
lads. He loved it.
class,
I got a picture with him and I had a little hug with him and all like that. I said, you're my favourite player,
That's
lad.
so
You know
funny.
what I mean? It was a boss encounter, lad. One of my favourite things. They say don't meet your heroes unless they're footy players.
Unless they're Kevin Campbell.
Unless they're Super Kev, lad.
Unless
Yeah,
the
yeah.
snowman in the garden.
Yeah.
That's funny,
Oh, it
that.
was boss. Because when you said there about the snow...
That's
yeah.
cool, that though, you know.
Oh, lad, just like a nice little coincidence. That's one of the reasons when you say, like, why you were saying before, it's like an expensive hobby. Music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, there's reasons why you do it, lad, because you get to see...
Opportunities
Like,
like that,
I
of
wouldn't
course.
I wouldn't have been able to
course.
fucking do that if it weren't
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? Have that, like, great story to tell, you know what I mean? I played the Royal Albert Hall with Liam Gallagher, sat and had me dinner with Roger Daltrey there, and, like, I can tell my grandkids about that, can't I?
Yeah.
And I don't need money to show for it. It's not
No.
really about the dough, you know what I mean?
It's that, and obviously money can buy happiness and memories to an extent.
Most definitely.
But there's things in life where fucking memories are much more important, and not any amount of money can force that, can it? Or make
No,
it, so
not at all.
That's cool,
No,
that.
no.
Do you know one thing I wanted to ask you about? 'Cause I was trying to explain this to him. No, I'd been to see you not long ago, coming out to yours for a bit, and I was trying to explain to Gary how you've got an acoustic guitar, but it's not an acoustic guitar, and it's also
yeah,
got a
the
touch
lava.
screen on. How does it work,
It's a
lad?
cheat code, lad. It's just a cheat
'Cause
code
he-
for
so
just
if he-
playing
if he-
guitar.
if he goes
I
on the
don't use
screen-
it in the rats, I just use it in the pubs.
Is that the white one you've done one video
Yeah.
with?
Yeah.
If he goes on the
left it
screen
on a
and
tray.
scrolls, he can make it sound like different types
I'll
of
have to buy another
guitar,
one.
but it's all just in the one
Well, I
guitar.
didn't believe it until I seen the video.
It's nuts, lad.
And then I think, you know, Jenny Hart, the comedian,
No.
the trans comedian, we bumped into her in London when we were down in London, and she was doing the comedian of the year.
Yes, I do, yeah.
I think she's just bought one
Yeah,
in a
the
different
same
colour, and I
guitar.
was like,
Yeah,
sick
they're
guitar.
sick, lads. They're like,
So what range of sounds can it do?
so it depends whether it's plugged in or not. Do you know what I mean? So
Okay.
if it's plugged into an amp, it'll sound like you can plug it into the amp and it doesn't even sound like a guitar coming out the amp. It sounds like some crazy little synthesizer thing.
You showed me all the settings on it.
I've
I
shown
think
all
mad.
the settings.
How
But
much
when
for one of them set you back?
I got one quite discounted, so I know the supplier.
No,
I
five
go
finger
straight to the
discount.
source.
He lifted it.
I buy bricks.
Little Franklin Street.
Yeah. Oh, what I mean, lad. But nah, the fella, right, they're meant to be about 1,100, 1,200 quid. but
Yeah,
I can
for
sor-
the beastie.
I can source them for about £800.
Lad, it was so... I remember when you showed me, and like, you were swiping across on like the screen,
Little
and
Tinder one.
it made it sound like a different type of guitar, and like, oh, it's
Yeah.
got this one. It was nuts, lad.
It's just not like when you sometimes you see
Who even
guitars that
thinks
got like...
of making a design or something?
Lad, well, I
These
went into a big
stories
rabbit hole. I
interesting,
went into
you
a big
told
rabbit
me.
hole about the fella. So like, he
listen.
went to Gibson, went to Fender, who were the biggest guitar companies in the
Didn't he
world.
get a degree in
Man,
like some like musical
no, he
engineering
was
or something?
studying music in California in a big uni there, and he was Chinese dude, and he went to all of these guitar companies saying, I want to make a guitar. It was when the iPhone came out, he went, we need to connect. And like there was garage bands that you could get on your iPhone, you could do all of this stuff with iPhones, and he was seeing that and thinking like, why can't we just stick one of them on an acoustic guitar? on like a guitar, and then you could just change what's going on with the sounds and the guitar and all like that through the jack, and have a speaker for it and all this. And he went to all of these guitar companies and they all called him mad. And then he just rolled, and then like as he was like packing his bags, it's like a proper film or something. It says on it. Apparently as he was like getting ready to go, he bumped into another fella who we knew from the same city in China, both from Guangzhou. And he'd been having problems with what he was doing, and he was studying carbon fibre and its relation to sound. And then he basically just thought, well,
fuck off, as if that happens, lad. Just
I know,
the
lads, and then
universe
he
like
just
that,
thought, right, well, you'd like carbon, and he said, I've found out that carbon fibre is better than Brazilian rosewood for resonance. So it's like it's 70% more resonance apparently than actual wood for it. So it's not only, it's better than a wood. It's not only that it's got an iPad in it, it's made out of metal.
You just can't smash it up at the end of a concert because carbon fibre is solid, lad.
No,
You might
you
just
need a
bounce off the floor.
blowtorch or something, lads.
But didn't you say there was a whole thing, like the reason they told him he was mad was because, like, there's such an industry for that.
Yeah, well,
specific.
But do you reckon they shunned
because-
them because they were like, shit, this is shit hot. He hasn't patented it yet or patented it yet, we'll fucking take this.
No,
out.
it's
No,
more because of the
so-
Brazilian forests and that get chopped down. So think about how many guitars there are in the world and how much that contributes to deforestation.
Yeah.
But then, it's called a lava because it comes out of volcanoes. It's carbon fibre metal. Comes out of the earth. It's more earthly than a tree when you think about it, isn't it?
It is.
Better
You know
for
what
the
I mean?
environment because
Better
there's such an industry
And it doesn't break.
for the wood.
But trees breathe in carbon dioxide and keep us alive.
Exactly. It's crazy. Like, there was a whole, didn't you say there was a whole like thing.
But like
behind
when,
it.
all
as
these
well, when you
hippies
get a
go into the
guitar,
forest and
when you get an acoustic
play guitar
you have
around
to
the
fix
fire.
it like 4 times a year. So like every time the seasons change, the wood bends in the guitar. So like certain like frets on the guitar, these will know from playing it. They have to go out of tune, don't they? Like and like you need to send it to a shop and some fella's gonna fix it for at the cheapest 50 quid. If you live somewhere out the way, like 120 quid to like fix your guitar every 3 or 4 months. But some
Okay.
people can learn how to do it. Obviously, you know what I mean, intonation and stuff like that. But even with the wood bending, if you leave it out in a like a hot climate or something like that, you know what I mean? Like and shit like that.
No,
but
it's
with
that.
this guitar, none of that. It doesn't even have a thrust rod. If you know what that is, you know what I mean? Like it doesn't even have a thrust rod in it.
That's
And
crazy.
it's just perfect. It's never gonna need fixing. I left it on a fucking train. No, it's not that fixable. You know what I mean? It's not like
Have you lost it?
I lost one and I had to buy another.
What train?
It was on. I was going to see a band called the Skinner Brothers to record a tune with them, and I ended up leaving it at Stockport, on the train at Stockport. The next stop was Sheffield. It finished at Norwich.
I left a pair of North Face gloves on a train once and I was wounded. I can't imagine what a 1200 quid guitar feels like. That must have been horrible.
And
Did
lads,
you just
lads-
see it going away on the
Lads,
train?
I've been heartbroken when I've left a bottle of Luco on the train. Like,
Yeah.
do you know what I
Not
mean?
worse than leaving your drink on the train, but a guitar.
and
you're
1100
you're
quid
living.
guitar.
And I left me weed in it as well, lad. In the guitar, like a quarter ounce of weed.
What a
'Cause I was-
day.
What a day.
What a horrible, horrible way to be alive.
Horrible day. Don't smoke weed, kids, because if you lose it, it's shit.
It is genuinely one of the worst. It is. Honestly.
A message to the kids: don't smoke weed because if you lose
If
it,
ever there's a reason not to, it's the
Don't lose
devastation
it.
of
the devastation.
Oh, do you know what? Oh, do you know what hurts me, lad, beyond even description? Right? Do you know when you roll a joint and you roll it proper, it's rolled perfectly, you've smashed it and you throw it on the bed or something, and you go, I'll smoke that, I'll go outside and smoke that in a minute. And then you move on the bed and you sit on it and you bend it and there wasn't even a crease in the skin and now it's fucking the same
what,
shape
lads?
as your arse cheek.
I won't even grass them up, you know what I mean? Because they've got a nice job, but there's a certain person who's dead close to him, he does that all the time, you know, just gets to you, pass them a joint and he just goes,
Handle it with care, it's a
Handle it
very
with care.
delicate object. It does me head in, lad.
how long does it take you to roll a joint?
I'm a medical patient, by the way, so I can talk about weed. You just can't get me now.
No, it
Catch
depends.
me now!
It depends. With the poly one, it takes a bit longer because you've got to...
See, that's the thing about the medical, you can't get pollen yet.
Do you reckon you will be able to?
No, because you're not allowed to combust your weed yet if you've got a medical license in
It's
the
got to
UK.
be vaporised.
Could you
Gotta
not
be
heat poly up and
vaporised, you've got to be a
vaporise it,
vapist.
You gotta
But
be
what
a
you do in your
vapist.
living room is what you do in your living room, isn't it? It's just when
we
you
had
can't. You know what I mean?
Nick
But-
did me with that fucking.
Oh, yeah, we had a fella called Nick D's on. He's like medically prescribed weed in the UK.
And he brought his big vaporizer in.
No, the big volcano fucking vaporizers.
Oh, them lad, they're just they're too much. Bro.
Absolutely decapitate me. I was sat here. If we can find the clip for anyone who's not seen it, if we can roll the clip in here, that'd be great.
I know it sounds silly as well, but I genuinely do it for my shoulder, you know. Like, cause I play guitar like 20 hours a week, lads, in the pubs. Yeah, and my arms constantly like that.
Shoulder,
Do you know what I mean? I've got a guitar shoulder, lad, and it's aching.
Like tennis elbow.
Like yeah. Exactly.
That's what you did
I
say
can probably
before,
imagine
it's a
it's sort of
sport.
something similar, because lad, think about it, I'm doing this.
Shame, man.
Just wanking.
As soon as you
But
go.
you know, at
Nothing
the
to do
same
with the
time,
guitar, like,
I'm
your
not
shoulders
just,
fucking
I've got a stomp box as well, I'm in the pub, so I'm like that. 8 hours,
Just
8
a
hours
dead
shifts.
angry wanker standing on someone's
Yeah,
head.
I count my steps in that when I'm there. I'm standing on the spot, just hitting this drum. You know what I mean? I count your steps. You're like, fucking hell, I just ran like about 4 miles. Just really.
Got a strap on when he's on stage.
I was glad, you know what, when I met, I don't know whether you're, obviously you probably, you know Jerry Cinnamon, you know the way he uses a stomp box. Yeah, so when I met him once, and I was lucky enough to meet him with Dylan Thomas introduced me to him. And the first thing I was speaking to him about was like, lad, how's your legs? But you're stomping and that. He said, because I just started stomping. He goes, yeah. I said, have you got this muscle? And there's like this stomping muscle. Musicians are knowing on about it. It's just like this tiny little vein that just pops up. That wasn't there, and it's only on one leg.
Do you know what? I can imagine because when I go camping and I've got to pump up a fucking bed, lad, I'm in bed.
It's bad, like, because I'm like, you're doing like that, you have to end up having to like switch over and stomp on the other leg when you're playing guitar.
Does it throw you off at all with your guitar?
No, you just sort of like get used to it.
Just get into a rhythm.
Yeah, you just get into a rhythm and you just know, and you just like, you step when you play the guitar anyway. Like most people are used to playing the guitar and stepping while they're playing to keep themselves in time, yeah.
What's like a pet peeve of yours, you know, while you're playing, while you're doing a gig? Is there anything like...
Wonderwall.
Just get to... No, like...
What did you say then?
Wonderwall.
Is there
That's
anything...
what I call me. I'm a professional Wonderwaller of my spare time.
Is there anything that like the audience does though, or like people do generally that just gets under your skin?
People are so like only when you're in the pubs and that, yeah, there'll be like it's always some woman, and you can just tell like a fella's some like big moody or something, and they're just trying to speak to you while you're in the middle of a song, asking you to play some tune that you don't know, or just the song that you do know, but just like going, or like instead of going, hey, play this, they're like, excuse me. And you're like, I'm sat there going, wake me up when it's all over. Just like fucking singing an actual song or something. And she'll be there like fucking like, while I'm singing, going, hey. Like that, I'm going, you fucking mad girl, I'm trying to sing, fuck off. You end up telling them to leg it.
And the fella comes over on the bones.
And the fella comes over and you're just like, bounce it, security.
What's the maddest worst experience you ever had at a gig? Has there ever been anything where you went, oh, and like something's kicked off or something just mad's happened?
Oh, lads. Are we talking the Rats or just like pubs?
Either or.
See, the Rats has never had anything. But like the pubs are just the pubs, lads.
The pubs are feral, aren't
The pubs are feral, lads, in Liverpool, mate. Wow, I could just do a podcast on that, just stories on that.
It's as
honestly, I'd be here all day.
Is the one that...
I don't want to get myself in trouble.
Okay, one that doesn't incriminate
I sing in an Irish bar.
Okay.
Yeah. And some people go into Irish bars.
Yeah.
And they go, oh my God, there's Irish music on. I fucking was in the fucking... And they hate Ireland suddenly.
Yeah.
I just think it's the equivalent to like going into a gay bar and then like seeing two fellas kissing and going, oh, what the fuck's that?
Yeah.
Goes through me.
Like you wouldn't go into a gay bar, would you? And go, oh, why are them two fellas kissing? No, you're in a fucking gay bar. So if you're in an Irish bar and someone's singing Fields of Acting Right,
expect it. Yeah.
And you start kicking off,
you're a gobshite.
You're a gobshite. Yeah. Don't go there. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, I'm only there getting paid. Do you know what I mean?
Where's your favourite like venue you've ever performed? Would you say the Royal Albert Hall?
Chilling Rooms, Kensington.
Nah, well, I've been there a couple of times myself, lad.
Yeah, that was me home, lads. So the Chilling Rooms is a place I just...
Was the bird who was booking it or something who was doing the bookings?
Yeah, she messaged me on Facebook.
Who was? There's been a few people
maybe
like
the name
booked for the music and stuff like that.
She was booking some of the comics, wasn't she?
It was Gary Yards, who's the
I know that name.
The mastermind behind the Chilling Rooms.
Yards.
He's the martyr for cannabis in the UK, if you ask me.
He is, isn't he?
If he's the Vice just done a piece on Gary. Gary's done a lot to help me since I was young, and Gary was the big instrumental thing in like promoting the Rats at the early
Where's he
on.
from?
He's from Nogsy. Well, he lives in Nogsy. He's from Breck Road. Originally, his family. And don't want to tell his life story.
Yeah,
Like,
but I
but yeah.
recognise that name.
But he's a boss fella, lad. He's a philanthropist. He's not got a bad bone in his body, lad. He's not a criminal. He's not made any money off what he does. Do you know what I mean? He's lost thousands and thousands of pounds off what he's done trying to make that chilling rooms a thing. And all he's done is just like try and make like a little venue where people can just go and like have a spliff and that and just watch music, and that's all he's ever tried to do. And like I said, like, so I played like, not even over exaggerating, I've been going, so like past 10 years ago when I first walked in there when I was 17, I must have played over 500 gigs in there.
Shit.
Wow.
So like that's the venue that I've played the most out of any venue.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I'd have to do a residency in the same gaff for a year. Do you know what I mean? Like for every day for a year to play as many times I played in there. And I used to play like in there for like, I was the only entertainment in there all day.
I didn't know it was going that long, you know.
It's been going since 2002. It's been going since 2002, then it closed for a few years, and then it opened back up. And then it's closed back down, obviously, because the police being raiding it, because they just...
And I didn't even know.
Loads of people say that, though, but that's because the people who...
You've got to be in the know to know about it.
And it was all old fellas and that, like, really. And it was an harmless community. There was loads of famous people going there, like Dave McKay from the Zootons was in there all the time. Fucking the singer from the Lars was in there. Ian McCulloch, Echo and the Bunnymen went in there.
Sick.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it was like, it wasn't like a place where there was all kids there in Pallies. Or, do you know what I mean? Where people get it twisted and that. It wasn't a place where it was like a fucking, like that. It wasn't dirty. There was no fights. There was no criminals in there. If anyone had any trouble, then they wouldn't settle it in there. They wouldn't be able to do it. They wouldn't do anything in there. Do you know what I mean? It was more. I'd feel less safe in any boozer in town than I would in there.
Yeah.
That says a lot about the place, doesn't it?
Yeah, I went on a couple of gigs there. It was just that, I mean, to be fair to everyone's stoned, it's bound to be laid back. But
yeah, but I think, you know, hopefully, lads, listen, I'm not a Labourite in any way, means or form. I fucking can't stand all of them yet. But hopefully, if we get a change of government, hopefully the least that they can do is legalise the weed so they can stop nicking kids for nothing and ruining their lives.
It is daft, isn't it?
yeah.
Like, you know, they're destroying fucking people's university degrees and that, kids who are going to go on to have like a decent life, but because they live in an area where stop and search is so high compared to a place where there's no stop and searches at all. There's places where they do like 100 stops and searches a year, and then in Liverpool there's like 30,000. Lad.
Yeah, it's
you look at the
nuts,
statistics, it's proper crazy. You know, if you look at the stop and search statistics, that like.
Do you reckon that is because we are smoking weed more than most of the cities?
No, this is the thing. So it's not like for me, it's not like some conspiracy from the government to like oppress Scousers. Yeah, it's just they just greed everything. Like there's some Scousers who cunts, believe it or not, who don't care about other Scousers. Believe it, people. Yeah. So what I mean? But everyone's in this little fucking happy-go-lucky fucking, we're all Scousers, we're all in this together. Even though they say it on the telly, they're fucking not, lad.
Yeah, you keep touching toes there.
I like it.
I'm going to switch sides, I think of it. Nah, I know what you mean.
So what I mean? Like, it's not like all fucking, like, the world's not all fucking sunshine and butterflies, especially in Liverpool, like, know what I mean? Like, people get it twisted, what's going on in the city, but anyway, like so it's just all for profit, really. The more kids that they nick, the more fines that they get, the more money that they make, the more new police stations they can build.
It's like a commission thing we get in it, the more like arrested.
Oh, the emotion over there,
lad. That's how it is, lad. That's why I don't do many podcast people.
How did you cope over like the lockdowns and that with doing the music? How did you manage then?
Oh, lad, there's some funny stories. I remember playing a gig in someone's house. If you're watching this, by the way, you're not getting your money back. Yeah. I remember playing in someone's house and they paid us. And as soon as they paid us, we went and we strummed the opening chord. And as soon as we strummed the opening chord, Matrix went, boosh, locking party, you know, like that. And I just had the money in my pocket and they just seen us and just went, musicians? And, yeah, and he went, like that. Just like, off he went. And we went, I was like that, fucking hell, paid to, fuck all. I got by in the lockdown. There's a venue we want to shout out called the 10th Street Social.
Yeah. 10th Street is boss.
Without them in the lockdown, I wouldn't have been able to, I would have had to, you know, delve into the bank of fucking me ma and dad or something, or do something, or try and get a proper job or whatever.
Try and get a proper job.
Society,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, 10th Street is boss. 10th Street is a good job.
They just kept me going. I got a big, all musicians, we got a little, so if you had like a few streams on Spotify, not many either as well, if you had like over a certain bracket, nothing heavy. I think it was like $1 million or something all together on all your songs.
Not heavy.
We got like, no, but that's nothing for like $1 million on all your tunes,
Yeah,
like in relation to streams. But we ended up getting like a fucking like 500 quid each, and then like a grand off something else. So I was alright for the lockdown.
Yeah, of course.
Do you know what I mean? I got boxed on me. I didn't get a fucking... I ended up having to do that video about Rishi Sunak. Because I got told to do that, basically, that by the manager I was with at the time. It's not that I don't care about the bars on Matthew Street or nothing like that.
Yeah.
It was something I cared about, but I'm
It
not
wasn't
so...
authentic.
Yeah, and like what's contrary to what some people might believe, lad, I don't really like being on a camera. I don't really like talking, but I've got my opinions, and my opinions
Fucking looks like, lad.
they know they're probably a lot better said
Can't
off
get
the
a fucking
camera.
word in edgeways with him.
Do you know what I mean? But that's why, lad, know what I mean? Like, it's just one of them. Like,
No, I suppose as well, when you start dealing with managers and that in any sort of entertainment industry, there is things you sort of gotta do sometimes that might not be particularly authentic. Like you'll get told to do it because obviously, like, when you get a manager, they're then trying to sculpt you into a certain marketable
Not all
product. So
managers
you've
have
got
got
to do
those. Like
things.
the manager we've got now, he's like a proper Mickey lad, and he's different to anything that we've ever had, and he's proper successful as well. His name's Glyn, and he's just he does change us, but he changes us to be like men. He's trying to make us grow up a lot.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? Whereas the other ones, they'd be like trying to have a go about what type of tunes you're writing and all like this, and
Trying to make you
Leave
play
that
into
to
it.
us.
yeah,
Leave the
do you know
fucking
what I mean?
artistic bit
Yeah,
to us,
he just has a go at like what we're like and like what we say on social media, and
Which you can
probably watch
understand.
this podcast fucking thoroughly, won't he? Like this,
Yeah.
yeah. What he said, shit, fucking hell. You know what I mean? Like,
Has there ever been like a manager who's tried to make you do something that you're just totally not into at all?
well, lads, we got one thing that we'll speak about. I won't speak about it in full detail, but in a few years I will come out and say a lot about it. Do you know what I mean? But when we were signed to a certain label that we had, which was a subsidiary of a bigger label. The people, the bigger label was sound, the people from there were cool, but the subsidiary, they were the people with sort of all the power in a way.
middleman.
The middleman, yeah. And we ended up I remember playing in Alexandra's Palace with the DMAs, and some woman come up to me after it, and she said, "Excuse me, I work for the Daily Mirror and the Sun. Would you like to do an interview for me?" And I said, "Nothing against you, love." Because like it isn't, she's
Yeah.
not done nothing, know what I mean, yeah. Said nothing against you, don't know anything about your life, or she could have come from nothing, lads, and now she's working for the Sun, and
Yeah.
she's paying a man's mortgage off, and all this, so I don't knock them for southerners and all like that, you know what I mean? Like, they don't have any
It's not their thing.
affiliation,
Yeah,
do you know what I
yeah,
mean? I'm
yeah.
not going to start going, there, am I going, you work for the Sun, you rat and all
Which
this.
is
I'm not
fair
gonna-
enough.
Yeah, do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? I said, listen, love, nothing to do with you, but I can't do interviews for the Sun, just because, like, if anything, I was being really, like, not
Polite about it?
polite about it. I was saying, like, if anything, it's just because of, like, my safety. Like, if I'm seen to do an interview with you, I
Yeah.
could be walking by ours and someone, like, it happened to Stephen Graham, like, I don't know whether it's true,
Yeah.
to be
Yeah,
honest.
yeah,
I don't
I've
know,
heard
like,
it's quite...
Stephen
and
Graham.
a lot of
Windy,
people in the
Kirby.
city
Yeah,
hate
and
him
I'm
for it.
not saying I'm at his stature or anything like that, lad, you know what I mean?
No, but it could still happen. Like, if
Do you
you
know
know
what though,
do you
lad?
know
Like,
what I
the
mean?
Sun is sneaky, right? Because I don't know if any of you do this, right? But I'll be on Facebook, I know clickbait, and you'll see like an art, like,
Yeah.
you'll see like a title,
Do you know
and
on
I click
YouTube
on
as
it,
well?
and it opens a Sun page, and I'm like that, delete my history and
Lads,
everything.
it's on YouTube, you just can't escape it, lads, you know what I mean? It's just clickbait and you can't escape it, it's on YouTube as well.
What did the
Major on
journalist
YouTube.
end up doing to you then?
So,
How did she get you in?
it wasn't this journalist in particular.
Yeah.
This journalist weren't the problem, lads, know what I mean? And listen, like, it could have been a genuine mistake, but it's the same time, it's the fact that they didn't understand the severity of it, and they couldn't understand why it felt like... I had a panic attack, lad.
Yeah.
Imagine being just a normal scouser, and you wake up one day, and your publishers have sent you a letter saying, "You're in the Sun, isn't this great?" And you're like,
No.
no, it's fucking not. Do you know what I mean? And you're like, but like, this is what was mad about it, is that months before when I played in Ali Pally, I'd said to this woman, "Listen, can't do interviews for the Sun. I'll do an interview for the Daily Mirror though." Do you know what I mean? I said, "You can write what you want about me in the Daily Mirror," and I've done a nice little spread. I've got it on ours, got it in my hands there, a little picture of me, and then there's another interview with fucking Snoop Dogg. Picture of me and a picture of Snoop Dogg, and then I'm talking about I want to do a tune with Stormzy, and it's all like, yeah, all that. It's a boss little paper. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And like, so I was happy with that, and I'm really grateful
Yeah.
for that.
Of course.
Do you know, obviously, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. And fucking, so anyway, they've ended up, I've told her, I said, I can't, let me get me publicist. Said to me publicist, who I won't name, said, I can't do the things for the Sun. And she went, no problem. You know what she actually said? I've worked with Stephen Graham, so I know all about this. You know what I mean? I said, I won't put you in the sun. She said, sound. She said, don't have to worry about that. I said, yeah, sound. So I went and done the interview. And then months went past later, and then after we had a little disagreement with them over something, I woke up to then the message, you're in the
She
sun.
thinks done out of spite.
Yeah.
That's naughty, that.
100%. Oh, yeah,
That's naughty,
yeah,
that.
you can't be doing that.
Do you know what I mean?
That's bang on.
And, you know, you can
People
say,
have been fucking
I
shit
haven't
for
named
last
anyone, like, you know what I mean? So, you know what I'm saying? People can make their own minds up, but like I say, I'm not
Yeah,
going to
that is a
slander
bit,
anyone. It's getting close to slander, that, innit? Do you know what I mean? Like what you say, but like, that caused me unimaginable stress.
No,
like,
definitely.
you're talking tears, lad. Do you know what I mean?
Because
You're like,
you can
people
get
are
anyone
And your
come
own
out.
family will turn against you for stuff like that.
I
Like,
know.
that's how serious it is in the city.
That's how serious it is.
People
lad.
don't
Do you know what I
realise-
mean? And my family are blues as well, and you know what I mean?
People outside the city don't
If they
realise how
thought
big it is.
they had done it maliciously or whatever, or intentionally, do you know what I mean? But
It
you
seemed
know
like
what's
it was
massive as
definitely
well?
intentionally
You'd
against
hope
you.
not. You'd
There's
like to
these
hope
things
not.
called the EPK.
Yep.
Don't know whether you have them as comedians. Yeah. So it's like, it'll be like a paragraph thing, like imagine like a spread, like a A4, not like a A4, like a portrait sort of picture of you. And it's like the picture of the band, and it's like a big biography of the band, and like all of the gigs that we play with, the type of music that we play, stuff like this.
Yeah.
And how we describe the band, little quotes from us and stuff like that. And so that gets sent to everyone. And anyone can take whatever they want from that
Okay.
and use that.
Okay.
Do you get me?
Yeah.
Unless you specify.
That's sneaky, that.
Do you get me? So you could just do an interview, and the interview's just for like, who are you? So I'm just your publicist. You do an interview for your publicist, and your publicist then goes and sells them interviews and all of the bits of them interviews
Okay.
onto.
Whoever
That's how
wants
it works for everyone, but
That's,
that's how it works for other
that's
people.
dangerous, though.
Yeah, they hold a lot of power there, even by just being able to give people that little
Let's
bit
be
of
honest, only
information.
dangerous for this house, and you don't want to be in the sun.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
That's, other than that, benefits you, done it.
Do you reckon it was definitely done as like a little intentional dig at you?
I'm not going to say it was. It could be a genuine mistake.
But it...
So, like,
Okay, it doesn't seem like it was, though.
do you know what I mean? It's like, and I seen them afterwards, and they did seem apologetic, but they did say like they don't like,
Fucking rat.
they don't understand the way people in Liverpool. Surely it's not like that. And I'm going, have you ever been to Liverpool?
Yeah.
And he went, no. And I went,
And listen, do your due diligence. If you're
One of
representing
the
someone who's
lads-
from Liverpool, do a bit of research.
You've got to at least know what you're working with there.
Yeah,
haven't
yeah,
you?
yeah.
do you know what I
It'd be
mean?
professional for you to fucking research the person you're representing and go, okay, this is an area that I can't go down.
Yeah, just so you know, I think if you're working with any type of client base as well, I think in any fucking business, it's important to know
Yeah.
who you're working with, what you're working around.
Yeah, and always go with your gut. But this is what's funny when I was saying to you before. So like, when I told the story a bit. So like, I met Liam Gallagher at the Isle of Wight, and he was like, oh, and he said, and it's like he liked my attitude because I was like sort of dead, like not really
Bit hard-faced.
asked about, not really yeah, in that way, but like not just asked about the material. In a way, asked about. Was just the first thing I said to him, put it this way, was like, how much do you get paid for that? When he plays Isle of Wight Festival,
Yeah.
and I just met him after.
Instead of sucking his ass.
Because I was interested in going like, what do you actually do? What's like? I was just interested in like in that sense. You know what I mean? I weren't like gonna go like, what was it like being an Oasis? I didn't go, have you spoke to Noel? He's gonna get back together. Like I'm not gonna.
Let me know.
I don't even give a fuck, lad. Know what I mean? I'm just he's giving me a leg up, nice one.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you get me? And like that's how it was. You know what I mean? So
You paid my ferry home, lad. Nice one, kid.
he wouldn't. Fuck, lad. Know what I mean? No, it's mad. We actually got paid to go to that festival by a fan.
That's sick.
Some woman from America, I pick her up, she's called Nicola Barber.
Yeah.
And she's from Sacramento, no, somewhere out in Cali, like that you've heard of. I think she lives in San Bernardino or something mad,
yeah.
Can't remember. I might get that wrong, Nicole, sorry if you're watching. She lives by the beach. So, anyway, she flew over to watch us in the Cavern. Yeah.
Okay.
Just from LA, just to come
That's
and watch us in the
hardcore,
Cavern,
that,
yeah.
isn't
And
it?
she's like a 50-year-old woman. She literally...
She fit?
Nah, it wasn't like that. We all got girlfriends. She was out with our parents and that's all I mean. Like she was sounds and that's all I
Spiking
mean.
them so they went to sleep
And,
and the fellas.
Anyway, she's like big in American politics anyway.
Yeah.
She's worked for Joe Biden. People
Sounds like a bit of a groomer, yeah.
And our fella was like the senator of fucking California.
That's crazy.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And she got married to Bill Clinton's brother. She was her ex-fella's Bill Clinton's brother.
Wow, that's
all
okay.
crazy
That's a
shit.
mad one.
Yeah, she's a boss woman anyway. She just said like, well, so you guys going to Isle of Wight Festival? And we're like, yeah. And she goes, and we said, we literally said to her, we haven't got the dough to go, because originally, lad, we were only going to play one stage, the littlest stage. We were headlining on the Thursday, but we didn't have any money to get down.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? The ferry cost like 600 quid alone, the fee was like 150. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we ended up going to the ferry, we ended up saying to her in the cabin, oh, we haven't even got the money to go down. She went, how much do you guys need? We went, like £1,000. And she went, where's the cash point? And she just went, she went to the cash point, she went and she got like 300 quid out the limit of like the cash points. She said, I can't get more out, so what can I just PayPal you now? There's 300. And then like, she just like,
Fuck off.
sent us a
That's
card.
mad, that lad.
Was she at
Imagine
the
you
Isle
stuck
of
for 300 quid, been on a mad
Never-
bender and just didn't ever go down the
I
Wight.
know, never asked for nothing back though. She still comes over to Liverpool when she
That's
comes.
sick, that, you know.
She comes round me and my bird show around and that, you know what I mean? Go for scans with and stuff. She's
That's
boss.
boss, that.
She's boss woman, lad.
How did you even meet her? Was she just a fan of the band?
A fan of the band.
That's crazy.
You know what I
It's
mean?
mad some of the people you meet when you end up
Yeah,
doing stuff like that. You
crazy,
meet,
lad.
you just
So-
meet people you never thought you'd
So,
meet.
cousin Nick, we ended up going to the Isla Whistle. Yeah.
Here's the whistle.
Here's the Whistle. You know what I mean?
Whistle.
Yeah. And just went there and fucking, they got on the ferry.
That's some of the stuff you come up with.
Yeah,
Here's the whistle.
Lad, but this is just like
Caught me
rat
off guard, like, you
it's
know.
half like rat terminology. It's like
Yeah.
how we speak in the studio.
Yeah,
Do you know
yeah.
what I mean?
Backslang.
Yeah, like we've got our own little like language. You know, lads, I remember we like when we were on tour, like the word scran, yeah, just makes it into like all of our vocabulary, and we just ended up like going like Nelson Scandella,
I love it. I love it.
Scran and Markinal,
Scranton Day.
Scran and Markinal, don't you know what I mean?
He doesn't know the time though. When we
like
started
little-
playing footy on a Sunday, you started giving me shit. What was the one you called me last week?
Call him like fucking Mark House Grand Bastard and then.
But like if she hadn't have done that though, yeah, when we were in the Isle of Wight, the people who got us the gig, they said to us, they went when we just before we went on stage for the gig on the Thursday, they went, there's a band called the Snuts who've cancelled because of COVID, and they were there playing in the big top to like 10,000 people, 8 o'clock tomorrow night. Do you fancy it? Because you're the only band on the island that can do it. And we were like, yeah,
All
sound.
day.
That's me, that. Yeah.
That's it.
So we went and played that. Boneheads, the guitarist from Oasis, telling you before he come to
Yeah,
watch
yeah.
us. And then dedicated Jack to him. And then he said, I met him after it. He was like, come for a bevy with me and Liam later. Met Liam after it. It was a mad one because the owner, it was like when we went to the Isle of Wight, lads, like I said, we went there with nothing, and this Nicole's give us a grand. It was a proper movie, yeah. We started with like level 1, respect.
Yeah,
Level 2,
yeah.
respect.
Yeah.
And we just kept working up the wristbands, lads.
Look like the fella off Street Fighter.
Yeah,
with all the
till
bands
at
on.
the end of the fizzy, we all had about 6 wristbands on, like the first one, like the all normal artist one, the VIP one for this stage,
After the
VIP
fourth,
one for
it's
that
an armband,
stage.
yeah.
You just ends up like all armbands and stuff, but we didn't have the final boss.
What was the
Yeah.
final boss?
That was the VIP main stage.
Ah.
Yeah, that was the final boss package. Do you know what I mean? We'd met fucking Becky Hill. We'd met Peter Crouch. We'd met fucking, you know what I mean?
Peter Crouch doing
Peter
it?
Crouch was just there with Abby Clancy off his chops, lads. It was a belter, like we were all there, just having a proper sesh with them, lads. It was sick, you know. Lads, I had a proper art to art with him about when he missed that penalty. Proper art to art, lads, with him, proper.
And he missed the penalty.
Remember that penalty that cost Liverpool? Listen, I'm on a blue.
You tell him.
I'm not
listen.
listen, he was telling me, but listen at the end,
Barking, yeah,
but you know
just
what
like
though,
that.
he was just talking to me like I was a Scouser, and then after he's opened up to me, I was like, well, I'm a blue lad, me, you know.
Oh,
So like he thought he was speaking to a cop eyes. Listen, he was a belter, I'm not knocking Peter
He's like
Crouch,
picking
you
it
know what I
up,
mean?
talking to you like that.
But lad, was sorted, but there was a penalty. Am I right in saying so? There was a penalty years ago that he went to take this penalty, and if he'd have scored this penalty, Liverpool had won this game, and that would have took them over that year that he came seconds, like when Gerrard and Crouch were playing for us.
yeah.
That, and he said that he had to go to therapy
I can imagine.
over that.
That's heavy,
And he was
that.
proper like opening up to me. I was going, lads.
Shut up, Peter.
I was just going, Lola would love this. He's a red, but I'm a blue, lads. Fuck, lads. I mean, I was made up when you missed that penalty,
anything
lad.
like
I
it,
was
Pete.
proper made up, Peter. So I'm a blue, lads. Know what I mean?
That's
I was
fucking
playing with it. He
posh,
was
you know.
laughing his head off, know what I mean? And then, like, so we got, like, them final boss. And then the owner of the festival, he said, boys, John Gideon's his name is. He went, boys, come and watch them. So we're watching Liam. And he's brought us like the VIP bit, and he said, listen, Liam's invited us for a bevy later, but I haven't got the right passes. So I'm gonna go over to this, she'll come over to me, says the head of security, so he walks over to this big cockney fella, and he just went, this is the rats. And we all had the same Scots menswear trackie on in a different colour. Because we were sponsored by Scots menswear, so you can imagine how bang on looks and Scousers that we look lads in the fezzy, yeah, just all...
All trackied up.
We were all uniformed up to fucking these EA7 trackies, lads, and these 110s, all in a different colour, all from the same set. A blue one, a grey one, a black one, and a fucking... lads, yeah, it was hilarious, yeah. And anyway, one of us had the jumpsuit on, but we all had the same kicks, but in different colours, yeah, it was hilarious, yeah. Two of us had the same kicks on. Which is a no-go for me, lads, when you're going out, you know what I mean? But because the Scots menswear...
London at Mallet,
you know what I mean, lad? But because of the Scots menswear, we had, lad, I remember once I had to do a gig for Lacoste. Yeah. And I had to wear Lacoste. There's footage of me somewhere, yeah, playing and fucking there. I've got a fucking, no, not a Lacoste trackie, yeah. Got like a Lacoste top on and these Lacoste webs, and I just literally walked out the gaff and just went bim straight in the bin with them, lad. The fucking fella who seen us went there. Horrible.
Yeah, you can't be wearing Lacoste, lad.
But I was on stage doing a gig in that Jimmy's, sporting fucking this 10 tons, lads, George Ed's little brother. But then from that I ended up getting...
Lizzo was on in Jimmy's?
No, 10 tons his name.
I'm just farting.
And all this fucking smell.
Lizzo in Jimmy's.
It's fucking horrible, man.
Lizzo in a Lacoste trackie.
That's horrible.
Lizzo in a Lacoste tarpaulin.
That stinks.
So he'd said to this security fella anyway, lad, yeah.
That smells like jizz.
And he'd said to him, this is the rats. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There were like 4 Scousers. We had our tour manager,
clothes, like in
We had our
school.
tour manager, but our tour manager, Graham's just this half fella who I know from by our chef.
50p for own clothes.
Graham's just this half fella I know. Yeah, he's like our tour manager, just this our little bald fella, yeah. And fucking, he went, this is the rats in there, little tour. There was only 4 of us back then. He said, these can't get the passes, but when Liam finishes his gig, these 4 Scousers can go back there. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And he's went, yeah, no problem, boss, yeah, all dead smug and that. And so then we went, watched Liam for another half an hour, Liam's finished, went, right, let's go and meet Liam.
That's it, bro.
Yeah. And then the security fellas went, who were yous? It was the same fella. And we're going, lads, come on. Let's go, I don't know who you are, Scouse. How do you know I'm even a Scouser? I've only just said 2 words, and you don't know who I am.
Wow.
Do you know what I mean?
No, what's that?
So it was just, scatter! And then your boy got through, and the rest of them just like, you know what I mean? So I was the only one that got to meet Liam.
Yeah.
So then what I done, get on this for a trick, yeah. I put the owner of the festival's name, Lowell, who's in our band, Lowell. I put his name as John Gideon's in my phone. I didn't even need to ring him because his phone was dead. It was just on voicemail. Yeah. And I was just saying, was walking when I got to the next gate, and I was just on the phone. I went, yeah, John, I haven't got me. And I just went, listen, I'm on the phone to your boss here. The fella's just had made to it. I've got his fucking badge number. He's been a bellend with me. Or let, you know what I mean? Like let me in. You know what I mean? So they've let me in.
Funny you are.
Blended in. And then I'm looking for Liam. And Liam had like a big black coat on.
Obviously.
Yeah, when he was playing in his gig, so I'm expecting Liam Gallagher in a big black coat. And
he was in EA7 trackie.
Scotsmen's wear. Lads, know what he was in though? One of them Scouse hippie ponchos.
Stop it.
Lads, with his hood up, yeah, with a bottle of Cavassier, yeah, and a pifter.
That's funny, that.
Bottle of Cavassier, yeah.
Incognito, you can't find him.
Oh, lad, that's
so I didn't know it was him, so the fella who I knew, who was like sort of like the promoter, let's say at the time, a promoter who knew who'd sort of got me in. I'd seen him. Said that was a decent gig, Liam there, weren't it? Like his voice was on power there. Didn't realise Liam was standing there. And then Liam's went, no way, lad, the fuck you rats, lad. Just in this black Scouse accent, lad. I just went, no way, what is Liam? I had a little natter with him, lads. He gave me a bit of advice. He told me to not take no shit. I didn't take no shit, and I got dropped by my record label, so nice one, Liam.
Appreciate that, mate.
Nice one, boss. It's not the 90s anymore, fella.
Right, so just before we sign off, if anybody's wanting to come and see you perform live, or the ones that come and see the Rats perform live, where and when can they find you?
We're playing in London on... When are we playing in London, lad? Sometime. I want to guess the date, and then I'm going to tell you the date, okay? So I'm going to guess that the date is about September the 16th. I'm guessing that. Let's see what the actual date is. Where the fuck is it? There it is. It's the 14th of November.
Whereabouts?
It's in the lower third in Camden Town.
Where can they find tickets?
You can find tickets on our Instagram, in our bio, on the link tree, right there.
Where can they find you over weekend if they want to go and see you live?
You're not allowed to see that. You want to see the Rats, you got to get a ticket.
There
If you go around town on a Friday and Saturday night, you might get lucky.
Yeah, there you go.
So, dot you around.
If ever there's a
take a
waffle to
walk,
live by.
take a walk, take a stroll down Matthew Street, will, don't you?
Well, Joe,
Take a stroll up Ranley Street, you might see me.
it's been an absolute pleasure.
God bless,
Thank you for
Mr.
coming
Dan.
down. Long overdue. Appreciate your time as always. And thank you as always, everybody at home, for watching as well. We appreciate your love and support. And we would like it to continue forever. Thank you very much. And until next week, we will see you later.
Good night, God bless.